Right, so I'm just getting ready because I am about to swim around St. Michael's Mount. So there's the mount. Apparently there's only going to be 50 people swimming today, which is a bit brutal. And it looks a lot further than what I remembered. But it'll be fine. Screw it. So as you can see from that initial bit with all 48 of us going off at the same time, on these big swims like this, it can get a little bit crazy as you're setting off. Now normally, the swim I did previously, for the castle to castle, there was about 400 people going. So it was quite easy to step back and take your time and then leave when you need to leave. But here, because there's only 48, you kind of wanted to go with everybody else because you didn't want to wait around too long and be the last person going around. So you jumped in and went for it, and I think that was one of the slight problems with this first bit. So the first part of this race was swimming into the currents coming against you, and you're swimming into waves as well. And cause it was a little bit of a sprint right at the start there, just to get out of the mess, you'd already depleted some energy, and then you were swimming into the hardest bit of the race, which was against the current and against the waves, and it was brutal for the first half of this swim. It felt like you were in a washing machine. I've had to slow the camera down, as you can see, because it moves quite a lot. I'm getting a little bit seasick just watching this myself. But what we do get to see throughout this is some gorgeous scenery. As you can see here, this is actually the causeway that goes to St. Michael's Mount. So on low tide, people can walk across this to get to the mount, and on high tide it's completely submerged underwater, which is super cool to be able to say that you swam over it. So this was swimming over the causeway. This is still right at the start, and then as we get further out, it starts to get a little bit more wild, and there starts to be a little bit more nature, a little bit more wildlife around. And there were tons, and I mean tons, of jellyfish. There were loads of jellyfish. The amount of times I just missed a jellyfish right by my face as we were swimming around was nuts. I was very, very lucky not to get stung by one. But I will say the hardest part was probably the first half an hour, maybe 40 minutes of this swim was all against the current. It was against the tide, and it was also into really choppy waves. And if you've ever swam in the sea when it's been super choppy, you'll find that it feels like you're in a washing machine. So it's a struggle to breathe sometimes, because if you don't time it bang on with the wave, what can happen is as you go to breathe, a wave splashes over your face, so you don't get that air in. So then you have to hold your breath for that little bit longer and then try and find the breath. And then that can really start to deplete your energy because you're not getting the oxygen in that you need. This is where swimming can get pretty tough when it's really choppy waters like this. But what was really nice is as we got around the mountain and started coming around the other side, it switched. It wasn't choppy at all. And then we started being able to get pulled along through the water. There's a few moments here, as you can see here, where I've had to swim breaststroke. That was mainly just to be able to see where I was going. When it's choppy, it's hard to see ahead because the waves almost become like hills in your vision. So every now and again, I'd have to do a bit of breaststroke, try and spot where I was. But as we got around the other side of the mountain, it got so much nicer. And then coming into the finish line, it pulled you into the shore, which was super, super nice. And then this is me now coming into the end and getting out. Fucking hell. Oh, hey Geordie. It's swimming. How are you? You alright? Let me go under this. Okay, that's the swim round the mount completed. It's been one on the list for a while now, 1.5 miles. Absolutely brutal for the first half. It's definitely a tale of two halves. The first half was really choppy at one point, swimming into the current as well. So swimming against the current, sorry. So it's really challenging for the first half, and in the second half it kind of slingshots you round back to the ocean, back to the shore, which is nice. Got my little medal. But yeah, another one for the books. Great.